What's up everybody and welcome back to the channel. Manchester United are back in action again in the Premier League for match day 17. We are up against Bournemouth at Old Trafford with a 2 p.m. kickoff tomorrow, and manager is Andoni Araola. So he was appointed manager of AFC Bournemouth on a 2-year deal in June 2023, and before that he was managing Lanaka and Mirandes, and before AFC Bournemouth he managed Rayo Vallecano for 3 years, and that was his most managed team in terms of length of time. So there he managed 136 games and he won 54, drawn 32, lost 50, had a win percentage of 39.71%. And AFC Bournemouth, he's been managing them since July 2023. He's managed them for 61 games, where he's won 24, he's drawn 13, and he's lost 24 as well. So he's got a win percentage of 39.34%. And in terms of our head-to-head last season against Bournemouth, we failed to win in both fixtures, unfortunately, in the Premier League. So at home, Manchester United did lose 3-0 due to goals from Solanke, Philip Billing and Marcos Senise in December 2023. And then away from home, Manchester United drew 2-2 with goals from Solanke and Cliver, and then Bruno scored twice and one of them was a penalty, and that was in April 2024. So unfortunately, Manchester United didn't manage to win in either of the fixtures last season. And last season under Araola, they did finish 12th with 48 points in the league. They won 13, they drew 9, they lost 16, scored 54 goals and conceded 67 and had a minus 13 goal difference as well. So in terms of some insights for the match, let's quickly have a look at some insights. So let's just put them up for you right now. So Manchester United failed to win in either of their Premier League meetings with Bournemouth last season, like I mentioned, losing 3-0 at Old Trafford in December. Bournemouth have lost 5 of their 7 Premier League away games against Manchester United, winning 1 and drawing 1, though did win this exact fixture 3-0 last season. If Manchester United fail to win this game, it will be the first time they've been in the bottom half of the table at Christmas since 1989 90 season. So they'll be 12th. So that was 12th they finished at Christmas. And then Bournemouth have won their last 2 Premier League away games. They last won more consecutively on the road in December 2023, a run of 4 in which the third game came against Manchester United, and Manchester United have conceded a higher share of their goals from corners than any other side in the Premier League this season, with 42%, 8 out of 19 so far. Indeed, 4 of their 7 goals conceded under Ruben Amorim so far have come from corners. So in terms of that, I think Ruben Amorim has improved us defensively off the ball, but of course, we have been conceding a lot of goals from corners and set pieces. Like this stat says, that's 4 of the 7 goals conceded under Amorim have been from corners. So even before Amorim came in, we were conceding from set pieces as well. So 42% goals conceded from set pieces isn't great whatsoever. So yeah, in terms of recent form this season for Bournemouth are coming away with a 1-1 draw against West Ham at home in their last Premier League fixture, and before that they did win against Ipswich away from home, and then they also beat Tottenham as well 1-0 at home as well. So they beat Wolves as well. They lost to Brighton, they lost to Brentford, but they did manage to beat Manchester City at home 2-1. And Manchester City right now have got 1 win in 12, I think. They're on a barren run of form because they did lose today as well. So in terms of Bournemouth, though, they have got a couple of players out. Araujo, Senise, Alex Scott, Luis Senestera, I think that's how you say his name, Marcos Tavernier is they are out for Bournemouth. So yeah, in terms of Bournemouth, how they're going to line up, this is how I think they're going to line up. They're going to line up in that 4-2-3-1 formation. I'm pretty sure this is the same 11 that did start in their last Premier League fixture. So obviously Riza Balaga in net, Smith, Zabani, Hoyson, I think that's how you say his name, and Kirkes, making up the back 4. Cook and Christie making up that defensive midfield partnership. Semenyo, Kalaiva and Otara as that front three. And then Evan Nielsen are playing as the striker. So in terms of possession, in the low build-up phase, they do play with that 4-2-3-1 formation, and then in the high build-up phase it does change to sometimes a 4-1-4-1-5 formation, but it can stay in that 4-2-3-1 formation as well in the high build-up. They like to find the pockets as well. Bournemouth's number 8s, they try to find they try to find the number 8s in the pockets who look to position themselves between the opposition players. They also push the fullback high as well. The fullbacks are great at joining the attack with the centre backs have the ball. The fullbacks often push high up next to the winger to create 2v1 situations. They also invert the fullback as well sometimes. Balls in behind as well. They are not shy of kind of releasing the ball over the midfield in behind the opposition's backline if the backline is playing high. Numerical advantages. So another aspect of Bournemouth's high build-up play is their ability to create numerical advantages against the opposition's defensive line, attacking the half space as well. They are a great team in the final third and create many chances by attacking the space between the opposition centre-back and full-back. They also use overlaps and get many players in the box as well. So without defending in terms of without possession, they do usually high press as well. They are aggressive without the ball. In the low press though, when they do kind of fall back into shape, they do so in a 4-4-2 shape, and they look to set up in a mid block, always trying to close the centre of the pitch and forcing the opposition out wide. Defensive transitions, and they like to position play centrally, creating numerical advantages in midfield and creates good conditions in defensive transitions as well. So offensive transitions, Araola wants his teams to counter-attack in their offensive transitions. They do this with a high tempo, often attacking the spaces between the centre-backs and full-backs. So in terms of, to summarise their tactics, high intensity, quick transitions, high press as well, can turn into a 4-1-3-2 pressing shape when they're doing that high press, play at a really high pace, counter pressing as well, and they will adjust their game depending on the opponent as well. So depending on what tactics Man United are going to deploy, I'm pretty sure Bournemouth are going to kind of change their tactics mid-game as well. So in terms of their star man, I'm going to have to go with Semenyo. He's well-rounded. He has got the build of a striker kind of thing, but he's got the traits of a winger. He's strong, he's powerful, he's dangerous. He's a really good carrier of the ball. So if he is given any time and space in a 1v1 situation, then we have to take him out before he's kind of given time and space to drive into the Man United defensive third, or Man United defensive kind of third, and we basically need to take him out and take a yellow card. We can't let him run at the back four or the defence. So Semenyo in that 1v1 situation, whoever plays down it would be Man United's left side is going to be in for a game. I think it's going to be Dalot. But yeah, in terms of Man United though, we are coming away with a loss, unfortunately. In the League Cup against Spurs, we lost 4-3, and in that match, I felt like as if we were the better side overall in terms of the full 90 minutes. But of course, we gave up 4 goals, and if you give up 4 goals, then you probably don't deserve to be advancing into the next round of the cup if you're giving away 4 goals, especially sloppy goals as well. Spurs, they didn't really have to work too hard to score them goals. I think we were poor defensively, and the goals that we scored as well. Spurs were poor defensively for them as well. Foster, giving away 2 goals, and then because they couldn't play out from the back properly, and then we did score with Johnny Evans from that corner at the end. But it's disappointing that we got knocked out the League Cup, even though it's a Mickey Mouse Cup or whatever. I still want to be winning it because Man United are a club that we need to be winning trophies and stuff. So obviously we do want to be winning the Premier League, but for winning the Premier League and Champions League, that's what we need to get back to. But if it's difficult how we are going to get back to that. Obviously this season is basically a write-off. Next season we need to have a good transfer window if we are to be getting into that top 4 comfortably, and then going on to challenge for the league. So that was our match against Spurs. Disappointed with the loss and disappointed to be knocked out of the League Cup. But before that, we did play Manchester City at the Etihad in the Premier League, and we did come away with all 3 points, which I was really surprised by and really happy, of course. But Manchester City are a decent side, even though they are on a barren run of form. So it's really nice to see that we could go to the Etihad and go toe-to-toe with them in terms of possession-wise. Not necessarily they had all the ball and dominated, but we were kind of we were in the game basically. They didn't kind of dominate us possession-wise, and chances were pretty even as well. But yeah, in terms of that Spurs game in the League Cup, I think we deserve to win. Definitely, but giving away, like, if we had higher XG, more chances, more shots on target, etc. So our attacking play was better, but of course defensively we were poor. However, that Manchester City game, I have to say that I think we were a little bit lucky to come away with all 3 points, considering one was a penalty and then the other one was basically a Lisandro Martinez ball over the top, and then Ahmad controls it and then he obviously puts it away. But I think that Man City game probably deserved to be a draw, but that Spurs game probably deserved to be a United win in terms of if you're looking at it in terms of XG and chances created and stuff. But it doesn't always work out like that, and the scoreline is whoever wins the match obviously scores the most goals or whatever. So yeah, in terms of Manchester United though, in terms of our team news, Shaw, Evans and Mount are out. Unfortunately, Mount is out again. I don't know how long for, maybe until the end of January next year. I don't know. But yeah, he is out. So in terms of my Man United lineup, I'll show you right now. This is it. Onana, Mazraoui, De Ligt and Martinez making up that back three. And then I've gone with Ahmad at right wing back because I want to go slightly more offensive. Then Ugarte and Mainu in the middle. Dalot at left wing back. Again, Dalot, I'm struggling with him to be honest. I think we do need a new left wing back, to be honest with you, because Dalot's just not doing it for me. He gets in a lot of space down that left side, in that left wing back position. He gets in a lot of space. He gets in a lot of attacking positions, playing that wide left wing back role, and he just hasn't got the quality, in my opinion, to be playing in that position. You need to be really good in the final third, but also, of course, you need to be good defensively. He has got the legs and stuff to kind of run up and down, I suppose, but his quality in the final third is not great, and defensively I think he is a little bit lacking. In terms of offensively though, he does need to improve a lot, and if he can't, then we basically need to get a new left wing back. In terms of Martinez as well, he was poor for 2 Spurs goals, and I think that possibly we could improve in that position as well. In terms of Mazraoui and De Ligt, I'm pretty happy with them, but that left side, I'm looking at that Martinez and Dalot, I think we could definitely do better there. Maybe a Bastoni coming in for Martinez in that left wing back, in that left centre back position, and then we get a new left back, someone like a new left wing back, someone like a Aït-Nouri or something from Wolves. I think that would be a really good signing. Aït-Nouri from Wolves, Premier League proven. But yeah, so in terms of the centre of the pitch, Ugarte and Mainu, just a standard. They played against Man City and they did well. And then that front three, and that front three, I'm going with Rashford, Fernandes and Højlund. So Rashford is coming back in. This is his chance to prove himself. He basically has to save his Manchester United career in a way, because if he doesn't improve, then I'm pretty sure Ineos and Amorim are going to want him out. But his wages and stuff and the contract he's on, he's here until 2027 or whatever, so it would be difficult to get rid of him, to be honest with you. So he has got to prove to United and Amorim that he is a United player and he can fight for his place, and he has got the quality to be playing for Manchester United. But like I said, if he doesn't improve, then I wouldn't be surprised. He's let go ultimately. But yeah, anyway, star man for United, I'm gonna go with Ahmad. So far, he has been the player of the season for me. And I think that if Ahmad had been starting for Erik ten Hag, and Ahmad had been putting in these performances, I'm pretty sure Erik ten Hag would still be in a job. But it is what it is. So yeah, Ahmad, player of the season so far for me. He's been coming up with goals and assists, and he's been putting in really good performances as well. And Mazraoui also gets an honourable shout as well for player of the season. I think them two, Mazraoui and Ahmad, have been Manchester United's best players so far this season. So in terms of how do you beat Bournemouth, of course, pace, power, strength, unpredictability. I think they are going to press high, so they are going to leave gaps in behind for you to exploit. Finding Ahmad, Rashford, Højlund in 1v1 situations, if they do press high and play with a high back line, using the 3 centre backs to build up well, and then invite the press on and then play out of the press. I think United have been doing that really well. I think they did that well against City and against Spurs, whereby, especially against Man City, whereby Manchester United let the opposition onto them and then we played out really well from the back. Push the wingers back by pushing our wing backs forward. So if Dalot and Ahmad can pin the opposition wingers back, then they're going to be defending more than they are attacking. And also, I think we have to be careful on set pieces as well. Win your second balls in and around the box. I think, like I said, we've been conceding a lot of goals from corners and set pieces and stuff. So we need to be doing better with regards to that as well. So, in terms of our last match at Old Trafford, we did lose to Nottingham Forest as well. So we need to get back to winning ways, and we need to be moving higher up the league table as well. In terms of the league table, I think we should take a quick look at that. So let's just pull that up right now. So here's the Premier League table. We are in 13th position down here. Despite winning against Manchester City last week, we didn't move up the league, because we lost against Arsenal previously. We lost against Forest as well. And, it's unfortunate that, we're not moving up the league table. Like, it's very embarrassing that United are 13th, even though Man City are on a barren run of form and they've got 1 win in 12 or whatever. Like, this is just shocking, isn't it, for Man City? But, like, I would laugh at Man City, but, like, we are 13th. It is pretty funny that City are going through this barren run of form, but, like, we're 13th, innit? Like, this just is not good whatsoever. So, we lost against Forest, and Forest are in 4th with 31 points. So, I think we really do need to be coming away with all 3 points, but I said that against Forest as well, and we lost. So, I think it's going to be a difficult game. If we do win tomorrow, we would move to 25 points, but depending on other teams as well, because Fulham and Spurs are playing as well, so it'll be difficult to see if we do move into the top half of the Premier League. But that's what we need to be getting into. We need to be moving into the top half of the Premier League, and that's basically what I want for us in terms of a Premier League finish, because we're out of the League Cup, of course. So the only competitions that we could potentially win, of course, are the Europa League and the FA Cup. And like I've mentioned previously in other videos, that yes, I would take a top half finish in the Premier League and win the Europa League, because we are not finishing inside the top 4. Like, we're just not. So anyway, that's the Premier League table. Hopefully we do win, so in terms of my score prediction, I'm gonna go for United win. I went for a win against Spurs and we lost, but I think we are gonna win. So I'm gonna go predict a 3-0 win. Ahmad to score 2 and then Højlund to score 1. Hopefully we do come away with 3 points. And if you enjoyed this preview, leave a like, comment and subscribe, and I'll catch you after the match.